Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the J.Soul morning show right here on Floor 62 radio. And I'm live for real. This ain't no recording. We're 4 minutes early, too. I know everybody sleep. The sun ain't up yet. We've got Hurricane Helene. We don't even want to say her name. If you're just joining me, this is live. This is not a recording. So say something in the chat. Say what's up. Say good morning. This is not a recording. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where they joining at. We had a person join. Look, and share the live too. Share the live. And if you can hear me, press 1. Put 1 in the chat or put something and say hello. Say good morning. What's up? How y'all doing? I was kind of laid back at first. I'm gonna have to lay back. I don't know. Hey, all the way from Texas. Good morning, Candace. I don't know what time it is over there. Tell me what time it is over there, y'all. And share the live. Let them know J.Soul's in the building. She said 1. It ain't 1 o'clock, so that ain't she's talking about. She can hear me. That's good. Okay, well, what's been going on? What's cracking in the world? What's it like over there in Texas? You know. And this is a good time to reach out to people because there's so many people in our lives. Sometimes we don't know what they got going on, what they have, what they need, you know. And what I need right now, I found out, is I need community. I need to reach out and I need to, get my house in order and figure out what's going on with my credits, with my money, with my life, with my world, It's so easy for things to look up when you playing the saxophone and when you're at church and you're living right and everything. But people don't know what kind of pain you feel. If you're just joining me, this is live. This is not a recording. Share the live and say good morning to me. Don't be rude. Candace said what's up. Candace said what's up. Somebody else say what's up in the chat. Say what's up in the chat. And we're going to do this live on Thursdays. Today's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday, September 26th. And right now it's 5:58 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Absolutely live. Absolutely in the building, holding it down for y'all. So y'all come in, y'all tell everybody that J.Soul is up. I'm going to get up with y'all, man. We're going to do a little, I don't know. We do whatever y'all want to do. We need some words of affirmation. I need to tell y'all, don't be afraid. I need to tell y'all to have some confidence today. I need to tell y'all to, believe in yourself today. Believe in a higher power. Believe in his story. Believe in his son, Jesus. And look, man, we're going to keep this thing going. I got a lot of people who lined up to come on the J.Soul morning show. And it's all good. I'm hearing my phone make noise in the background. That means somebody's up. So stay up with me. Tell somebody, tell a friend to tell a friend. J.Soul the Genius is in the building. And it says the J.Soul morning show over there. Let's see. Well, if we don't have anybody else, we definitely got Candace is in the building. And thank you so much for the shout out. Stay up with me. Make sure you share the live. Tell your friends to tell their friends that I'm live with the J.Soul morning show. And I want y'all to go check out floor62.us. If you put it in your favorite browser, you can check me out, floor62.us. If you go to floor62.us/J-Soul, don't worry about the dot. Don't worry about the dash or nothing like that. J-S-O-U-L. And then you know what? You can get straight to the J-Soul morning show. You can see some of the interviews that I've been working on. And we're still working on the pilot. I'm still working on putting credits. Yesterday, I got into this credit app where it allows you to use AI to help you find your credits. And I've got I know I've done at least 1,000 songs that's out there, right? So I found about 100 something of my credits so far, So, but it's the first time I've ever seen them like all together with everybody else's name on a verified platform. I've got them on my website and everything, but it's the first time I saw my credits together. What what's been claimed so far, and it just makes me want to work so much more, and get the whole house in order, because I ran into a few songs that I'm like, dang, I didn't publish that song, or I didn't register that song, or like I haven't received a statement on this song, like. And some of these songs we talking about 5 and 6 years old, where I was just in the studio just pumping them out. I was I didn't know who was. There wasn't no release parties. Wasn't no, it was a studio. It was studio and studio. Like, I gotta go from this session to this session, and I take a nap. Then I go to that session until 2018, and I was like, man, this is too much. Especially after people started dying and going to jail and started getting crazy. This is before 2020, so 2020 comes and it's like, ooh. So we'll talk about some of that on the show, and because I got so much coming up for y'all, so many stories, and I got so much music. But this is a way, look, if y'all share the live, we can let some more people know about Floor 62. We can let some people know there's just a lot of things that we need to be aware of. But it absolutely, it starts with freedom. And the first type of freedom, you can't have any other type of freedom on this earth without financial freedom. So we're going to get into how we can connect some dots on some people who I know in the financial world with some people who I know just aren't in the world at all. You get what I'm saying? Aren't in the inquiry of savings. Because the problem that we're facing is, and we got to change the music. This ain't none of my it just didn't let me upload the music I wanted to upload at the last minute. It was kind of dragging. And that's a nice little excuse. But if you had $1 million, you would, if you were going to be given $1 million after you finish having it right, you would have had it right. You know what I'm saying? So let's discover some of the background music that's already built inside of this app that I'm using. See, already in a better mood with this music right here. See, I don't know what was going on with the other one. But thank y'all for joining me this morning. This is not the J.Soul Morning Show. This is the Thursday edition of the J.Soul Morning Show. This is more like Soul Talk, what used to come on Sundays at 9. Do y'all remember Soul Talk? Some of y'all, I may bring that back. Soul Talk Sundays at 9. My father had Hard Talk. Hard Talk used to come on Sundays at 9 o'clock, and his intention was to have a forum of what was going on in Augusta, and whatever was the biggest topic, he'd have them on the show to talk about it, and it would come on Sundays at 9, and everybody would watch it. So what's coming up, and I guess the reason why I'm talking so much and sharing so much is because it's coming up on my father's 30th death anniversary. October 3rd, 1994 is the day my father passed. Do y'all know that song, September? Come to find out, when they said the 3rd of September on that song, this man, his father actually died October 3rd. If y'all look it up, Google me, Chat GPT it up. This man's father died the same day as my father. Not the same day, but not the same year, I mean, but the same day. September. And there's even a song called Wake Me Up When September Ends. September is the 9th month. Nine is it's a number of, sometimes it can be a number of loss. You get what I'm saying? Or it could be the number of completion or an ending, you know? So I'm saying all that to say, listen, I'm not trying to make y'all believe in numerology. I'm not trying to make y'all believe in astrology. All I'm saying is God created all of it. And I think we can agree that God created all of it. And I think that we can all agree that God wants us to know certain things. And I think that he give us clues. And I think that some people choose to pay attention to the clues. And some people say, I'm not paying attention to the clues. But then you look at the people's lives who are paying attention to the clues. And then you look at the people's lives who are not paying attention to the clues. Now where are we? Okay. So this is not going to be a long talk. I just came to see who was up. Ain't nobody up but Candace and somebody else who didn't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's early. You shouldn't be. A lot of people ain't on Facebook yet. Don't get on Facebook so early. And if you ain't finished your night, it's okay. I haven't finished my night either. I'm still up from last night. Don't think I'm getting up. And just to be honest with you, on the J.Soul morning show, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all, man. Listen, most of the time while the J.Soul morning show is running live, I am not here. I am asleep because I was probably working on it all the night before, or I was in the studio. But you can count on me at least on Thursday and maybe Sundays at 9 that I will at least get on here. And if you want to join me, if you want to join the show, I'll send you the link right now. If you want to join me on on the show, if you want to talk, if you want to be on this morning, and if you don't want to be on video, just type something in the chat, and then what I can do is I can put your comment on here, and then I'll respond to it. So if you have a question, if you're a member of Floor 62, if you want to say good morning, if you want to share the chat, if you want to like it, if you want to do anything, you know what I'm saying, just let me know. This is a live interaction, so it's not like you're watching TV. So, you can chat, you can say what's up, you can join Floor 62, you can go to your favorite browser and put in floor62.us. Matter of fact, I should put it on the screen. Let me put it on the, put it on the, put it on the, put it on the. See, look, the music is everything, man. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Visit. You can visit me, Floor 62 TV. Got a new. They're like, nah, man, you ain't about to be up here, but freestyling. Nah, but hopefully whoever just left, because I can see the numbers as they go up and they go down. You can see, but a lot of times it's off because I'll go to another platform and it'll say 5 people are watching me, but this thing will say 1 person is watching me. So the rule in radio is pretend like 1,000,000 people are listening to you all the time. How would you sound if 1,000,000 people, or what would you talk about if 1,000,000 people had to stop and listen to you? You know what I tell y'all? Don't be afraid. We've come into a world that we're not supposed to be afraid of. But aren't we supposed to fear the Lord? Well, there's a different definition of fear called reverence. You know what I'm saying? Have some respect. Put some respect on God coming back. When Jesus coming back. And what John the Baptist said in John. I got that download today. And I like when y'all say that. I like it. I got that from y'all. I got a download today. We have computers, but we're adapting computer language into how we receive messages from God, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? If that's what makes you get it, that's what we get it, because we have thoughts and we don't know where they come from. So it's a download. So this is a download. I just opened the Bible. I went to Bible.com, and the first thing I saw was John. And I read the New Living Translation. And they said, the Word was God and the Word was with God. She said, freestyling at 6:10 in the morning. In the morning. In the morning. 6:10. See, that's another scripture. So, but the only reason why we're gonna be scripture heavy, and the only reason why we're gonna be righteous heavy on this platform is because there's an opportunity to spread something that isn't being spreaded. And y'all know what that is. Togetherness ain't being spreaded. Unity is not being spreaded. Vitality isn't being spreaded. Making good decisions, prudence isn't being spreaded. You know what's being spreaded? Whatever can make you think about anything but yourself and what you need. Don't get distracted from you. No, nobody's more important than you. Nobody's happiness is more important than your happiness. And I came into this year realizing how kind I've been to people who ain't caring about being kind to me. And I had to discover this year, who I needed to be kind to. And that's me. I need to be kind to me. And that doesn't mean I need to be mean to everybody and cut anybody off, but I do need to prioritize myself. And look, it's 6:12 in the morning. Nobody's up. Nobody's up. And we need to change the music again because I'm gonna play some of my own music. That's what I'm gonna do. But not at 6. Oh, I got some videos. We got some videos where we can play some music. That ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, we can just go to we can just go to Floor 62 Radio. So let's go to Floor 62 Radio for real. Because I do have a J.Soul morning show playlist that's going on right now. Matter of fact, why don't y'all go to Floor 62 Radio? Why don't y'all let me know? And then I can actually, when y'all go to Floor 62 Radio, I can shout you out because I can see when you come there. If you have a Floor 62 account right now, go to it. Join the group. Y'all seeing this live. And this is going to replay at 7. And this is going to replay at 8. And this is going to replay at 9. Okay? But I will do 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock to see who comes in. And we'll see who says what's up. So far, one person has said what's up. And the goal that I do have with Floor 62 right now is to have 100 active members. Right now, there's less than 100 active members. And if we have 100 people who come in and they're in the groups, they're contributing to the radio station, they're collaborating with merchandise, they're participating with collaborating with music, they're participating with collaborating with spreading the word, marketing, visibility, wherever they come in at. They come in as a DJ. They come in as a videographer or a content creator. They come in as a politician. Thank you for whoever just came in the Floor 62. Let's see. Why is this dead? Oh, but this is alive. But this is alive. This is alive. Let me take a look on Floor 62. And let's see. I'm going to give away some Floor 62 tokens too. You come on Floor 62 today, we'll give away some Floor 62 tokens. Let's log in to Floor 62. And let's see. We heard the ding dong. One thing I like about my website, when you visit, I'm able to see whether you visit from your phone, from your computer, or wherever, We're going to keep the music off for a second because you may be playing some music over where you at, so that's fine. Play your music or go to Floor 62. Tell me what song is playing on Floor 62 radio. What song is playing right now on Floor 62 radio? I'm trying to find out myself. Okay. They said my password wasn't saved. Don't you know you be saving your password and then the next time they would be like, so what's your password? And like, I saved it. Well, save it again. Guess who it is, y'all? Guess who it is? Guess who it is? Candace. This is a Candace morning. And I'm going to say big shout out to Candace. If you are wondering if I love her, I love her. And I met her through Clutch the Game Shifter. That is Clutch the Game Shifter's cousin. Okay. So we go back to 2007 or 2008, one of the two. Okay. So we have some longevity. So good morning to Candace. Thank you for being a member of Floor 62. And thank you for joining me this morning. Share the live. As y'all can see, look, people are showing up, and a lot of times people what I want to encourage y'all to do, if y'all do see me live, just come in and just say what's up, or just say, yo, I see you live, or anything, you know what I'm saying, instead of ignoring your boy, usually especially if I know somebody who's going live, if I come to your live, I'm gonna say something. I might not say the right thing, but I'm gonna say something. All right. So we have Candace on the J.Soul morning show this morning. That's what's going on. And if y'all notice, what I've been doing is artist of the week. Artist of the week. We've had Mike James this week, and he brought a lot of messages. If you go to floor62.us/J.Soul, you can watch part 1 and part 2 of his interview. And I've been running that live on the different platforms this morning. You gotta watch Shia's interview. Shia is talking about being in Atlanta for 11 years, moving from New York. And we have an amazing conversation about the Beltline, about Atlanta, about the growth, about home ownership, about ownership, period. So I want to encourage you to watch that interview. Rena's interview is still coming. There's some pictures I want to add to it. It's just some animations and stuff. So I've been working on editing. I've been working on putting music together. I've been gathering my credits together. I've been doing a lot. I've been cleaning up this studio. I've got a studio in Atlanta that I have to clean up. So, I wanted to clean this one up first. I've been dumping different files from different hard drives and cleaning up space off hard drives and backing up stuff and developing a workflow. Because when you start talking about doing 30-minute interviews, hour-long interviews, you have to have somewhere to put all this stuff, all the video, all the audio, and it's a lot. So I want to stay organized. So I've made sure I've been organized, keeping the video together. But I'll share this. There was an interview I did with Shia, and we did it, the whole thing, 30 something minutes, right? And I went to go look for this interview in the cloud. And this taught me, don't just put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to that cloud recording. I went to the video and it was 28 seconds long. I said, do I need to? I was pissed. I'm laughing. That's my I was pissed laugh. And I reached out to Restream, and they said they had a rare glitch, and they sent me the video. So watch that interview. Clearly, there was something what people ain't want you to see it. So go watch. I ain't gonna say people. They ain't, I ain't, it was a rare glitch that happened to that video, and we was able to recover it. And it's on the J.Soul Morning Show page. It's on Floor 62. So go check that out. Share the live. It'll be better with some more people. No, I'm just playing. Everybody who's supposed to be here is here. And I'm grateful for whoever's here. Only person I know is here is Candace. Candace, tell us what song is playing on the J Soul Morning Show. Because I don't know why I haven't pulled it up yet because I'm running my mouth. And we stopped the music too because now it's just J Soul. You can go to your favorite browser and you can type in floor62.us/radio. And then what you want to do, you can't listen to Floor 62 unless you log in. And today I was thinking about phasing out Floor 62 radio. Even though there's listeners, but there's enough content where people can't tell that a lot of the content is the same. It's a lot. Like every time I listen to it, I enjoy it. But if somebody really listened to it for a long time, they'd be like, oh, okay, we need a new such and such mix. We need a new this. We need a new that. So, DJs are busy, busier than they've ever been. And my goal with having the station, I was like, well, I got all these DJ friends. So why wouldn't we have a radio station? Let's put it together. And, a lot of my DJ friends have sent me mixes. And a lot of my DJ friends have promised to send me mixes. And I've had the radio station for how long? 3 years. Okay. And how many mixes have they sent me? Zero. Okay. So that's what's going on. And, I got compassion for it, but it hurts. It hurts when people close to you, not DJs. I'm talking about family members, close friends. When they say they're gonna do something and they don't do it, or they everybody's been lied on. Well, I don't know if y'all been lied on. I sure enough been lied on. And then when you find out what somebody said, you just can't even believe that somebody just went that hard against you. You know. But what's going on? As life is progressing, and I count my last few days of my 30s, what's going on with me is I'm finding out a lot, a lot of truth, a lot of truth. And, God braced me for it. God braced me for it. God braced me for it. Lord Jesus, this is all I see. Yeah. So what you're going to do, scroll down some more, and where it says listen, click where it said listen. That button, the big button that said listen. Boom, 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 boom. Hit listen. But this also teaches me, like, if people are having trouble finding the radio station, then okay, well, I don't know. I think there's a big old listen button right there. You know, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you the direct link, because the direct link to the radio station is floor 62 slash radio, right? No, it's slash listen. It's floor62.us/listen. But you have to be logged in. You don't have to be logged in to go to Floor 62 Radio. But that only shows you the schedule and gives you information about Floor 62 Radio. When you click listen, that's when you can actually listen. And there's a big button that says listen. And there's some words, I know it's early. Look, but I want y'all to read. It does say exactly what to do to get the Floor 62 radio. And, I'm going to, I'll change it. I'll switch it, I'll switch it. I ain't going to count on y'all to read nothing. Love you so much. Love you so much. I'm going to go for another 4 minutes. This is not going to be an hour situation. This is going to be a 30-minute situation. And we're going to play, what did she say? We're going to play Lawrence, Coach Mike J. We're going to hear from, we'll go back to Spins. We may hear from Shay Roundtree. We're definitely going to hear from Shia, so be on the lookout. 6 to 10 every single morning. On Thursday, I'll at least do 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. live, okay? She got the eyes. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate y'all listening. Thank y'all so much. This is the J.Soul Morning Show. This is live. I've been up all night. And, I want y'all to enjoy some of the content. I want y'all to listen to the things that are being said. And send me some feedback. Send your comments to me. You know what I'm saying? Just send me a DM. A lot of y'all got my real number. And if you go to Floor 62, and if you hit the little button on the bottom right where it says member chat, it comes directly to my phone, okay? So, yeah, I'm not going to leave Facebook. I say all that, but I do want us to be aware of some of the practices that's going on some of the platforms that we're on. And I think that Floor 62 can be somewhere, can be a situation. What just happened? Y'all awake now? Now I'm ready to go. Y'all awake? Okay. Well, I'm done. Okay, I'm done for the morning. But the J-Soul Morning Show shall continue. Okay, it shall continue. Let me see if maybe we can keep this live going, and then we'll just bring in a video. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Mike J. Let's go to Coach Mike J, and then we'll come back. All right. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching the J-Soul Morning Show. I may come back live. Let me play this. This is 21 minutes. This is part 1. And then we'll come back. All right. So where is it? Yeah, man. Wake up. It's the J-Soul Morning Show. And, we got to have a balance, Sometimes it gets, it don't really get ratchet. It hasn't really gotten ratchet. But, like sometimes the culture can be, there's a spectrum. But today we're on the other side of the spectrum with the clergy. And, we say clergy. We all people, all human beings. But this is a good friend of mine. Hey, look, Coach Mike James is in the building, y'all. 3D Value is in the building. Finally Wealthy is in the building, y'all.
J-Soul, what's good, man? What's good?
Thanks for coming on the J-Soul Morning Show. How are you?
Man, I'm amazing. I'm glad to be here, and good morning to all the fans as well. Glad to have the space to just chop it up.
Man, real quick, I gotta put the logo over there on you. Hold on, man. Let me just make sure we logoed right. You know what I'm saying? We tagged right. We doing complete work. We got to do complete work. We got Coach Mike J in the building on Floor 62 Radio, Floor 62 TV, Floor 62. I made a lot of changes, man. I gotta show you. But you've had a lot of changes since the last time we've talked.
That is correct. I want to say it's been almost a year or two since I've been on the show, interview style.
Right. But I was also on your show when I was getting ready to do the acting for the play last year. Yeah.
and Arts in the Hearts at one point. I want to say I had you on my show.
Yep.
Jazz stage at one point.
Right. So y'all see, I did Arts in the Heart. I've been on the show, but now it's time to even, get people even more tuned in and give them a little bit more content. And, because the Bible says we have to remind each other of Christ daily.
Yeah.
People reminding us of a lot of other stuff,
A lot of stuff. I'm getting so many now with this political season. I'm like, how did you get my number? I don't know you.
Right. Are you, can we count on your...
What?
Listen, man. Yeah, man, wake up. It's the J.Soul morning show. And, we got to have a balance, Sometimes it gets, it don't really get ratchet. It hasn't really gotten ratchet. But, like sometimes the culture can be, there's a spectrum. But today we're on the other side of the spectrum with the clergy. And, we say clergy, we're all people, all human beings. But this is a good friend of mine. Hey, look. Coach Mike James is in the building, y'all. 3D Value is in the building. Finally Wealthy is in the building, y'all.
J.Soul, what's good, man? What's good?
Thanks for coming on the J.Soul morning show. How are you?
Man, I'm amazing. I'm glad to be here, and good morning to all the fans as well. Glad to have the space to just chop it up.
Man, real quick, I gotta put the logo over there on you. Hold on, man. Let me just make sure we logoed right. You know what I'm saying? We tagged right. We doing complete work. We got to do complete work. We got Coach Mike J in the building on Floor 62 Radio, Floor 62 TV, Floor 62. I made a lot of changes, man. I gotta show you. But you've had a lot of changes since the last time we've talked.
That is correct. I want to say it's been almost a year or two since I've been on the show, interview style.
Right. But I was also on your show when I was getting ready to do the acting for the play last year. Yeah.
And Arts in the Hearts at one point. I want to say I had you on my show.
Yep.
Jazz stage at one point.
Right. So y'all see, I did Arts in the Heart. I've been on the show, but now it's time to even, get people even more tuned in and give them a little bit more content. And, because the Bible says we have to remind each other of Christ daily.
Yeah.
People reminding us of a lot of other stuff,
A lot of stuff. I'm getting so many now with this political season. I'm like, how did you get my number? I don't know you.
Right. Are you, can we count on your...
What?
Listen, man, look, but at the same time, what do you think about voting and what's going on and the current climate of it?
Great question, man. I feel that I've never been more aware of the importance of voting at 40 than I have been my entire life.
Gotcha.
Going through school, we would hear maybe in a lesson your history teacher might mention it and talk about the sacrifices that were made. But when you're in middle school and you got everything, that your parents have made happen, you don't often think of the weight of the assignment a citizen has for voting. Yeah. But maybe the term woke is exactly what's happening in my life. I listen to different news outlets that actually focus on the Black community. Mm-hmm. And after listening to that content consecutively, man, I am full aware that there is an agenda to undo a lot of the freedoms that have happened in America. Every victory for I won't even say for the Black community, for humanity. Every victory has kind of had some type of bloodshed or war. And so freedom is really not free.
Ooh.
Many of us, we may never join the army. We may never pick up a weapon, but that vote is It can be a strategy. It can
Right.
be arsenal. It can be a battlefield. And so
Yeah.
I think the fact that there are those who have gone to great lengths to suppress the vote says a lot about the power of the vote. So if
Right.
it didn't mean much, there wouldn't be such a huge feat towards voter suppression.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it as it's like they're striving to just weaken the importance of it. Just let me show you how horrible Trump is.
Yeah.
Let me show you how horrible this black woman is. Let me show you all these horrible things. Will make you like, well, should I vote for anybody?
Right. Watch
You
it.
know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in that spectrum, and I told a friend of mine, I said, hey, look, now I've been there before,
Mhm.
but you do have to exercise your right every single time.
Yeah.
We do need to be in the know of who's in charge, who's in position where,
Say that.
and we need to educate each other, not just, oh, let me just go vote.
Right.
We need to, where the voting polls at, because if people just stop voting, they can be like, well, this don't work anyway. Let's just do whatever we want,
Right. You're so
So
right.
we don't ever need that to happen. So that's what I explained to him. He was just like, okay, yeah. So I said, look, just vote for who you think is the best candidate.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And
And that's where I was at with it.
another way of thinking about that is make a list of the issues that mean the most to you, as an educator. So for instance, I'm a music educator, and there are times where my music curriculum really does connect with other disciplines outside of music, like science, history. And speaking of history, spirituals, man, that's always been one of my favorite genres, or let's say a segment of music history. I love the backstory of spiritual. It's almost like like I couldn't even get to Floor 62 until I logged in. I put my username, my email. I got access to information I didn't even know existed until I put in that username. So when we talk about spirituals, man, unless you really knew what the words meant to the song, you were oblivious at nighttime. There was no way you were gonna end up north. There was no way you would know to follow the North Star if you didn't listen to the secret message in the song that said "Swing low, sweet chariot," or "The light mine, I'm gonna let it shine." And so I say all that to say there are sects of people, sects of people, who don't want American history to be told in its totality. I think that's because whenever you control a person's information, you really can control their destiny. You can control. So it's not that we're trying, as Africans living in America, however people want to define themselves, we need to at least operate from a premise that says, hey, these things did happen. But to try to rewrite a whole narrative and say it never happened or make it seem like it was a good thing, that's a problem.
Right.
You got to start from truth. So for me, on the ballot is truth. We want to acknowledge that yes, America may have some pros to it as a country, but it also has some cons or some not so standout moments in which we should at least be able to talk about it. We should not have to ban books that mention our not so clean past.
Right. And it's crazy. We did a readathon at Georgia State University where I was a technical director.
Okay.
Where they started, oh y'all want to ban the books, so let's do a readathon on the books that y'all want to ban.
Whoa, wow. Yeah.
So that's how the readathon actually started, and we're on our second annual. Going, next February will be the third time doing the 6-hour long global readathon.
Wow.
Yeah. This past one that we did was we did the greatest of all time. Like, who has the greatest of all time book by a black author? So we went to the Gambia. We went to Cali, Colombia. And of course we went to Atlanta. And we also had a little kids debate, They did who got the best book by a black author. but not buddy ones. So there's like different books that I'm aware of now, like Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man, you know. So I want to do a book club surrounding, you know, and I will do a book club surrounding Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man.
I like that, man. I so want to stay abreast of that when you do it. I think what you're doing, the J.Soul show, Floor 62, especially when you're incorporating that kind of content, man, that's so relevant to the times that we're living in right now. And I'm being told, man, that depending on people's age group, you know, you and I think we fall under the millennial category, and then
we definitely millennials, yeah.
We've got Gen Z.
Yeah.
And Gen Alpha, that's my daughter. She's in the Gen Alpha club. Well, long story short, there's an information gap. And so if those generations are turning on major news outlets, but they're not hearing the stuff that you just mentioned, that means we're going to take that limited knowledge to the polls. So I think one of our assignments as media, we want to make sure that we are putting out the information that has been cut off, you know, because people who oftentimes have power, influence, and wealth, they also want to put their hands in media, because media is going to directly shape the mind.
They know how much influence it has, yeah.
Man, and our generations in particular, it's been shown historically that when we really show up to the polls, we revolutionize things. People that want to get in that office, they get in there when we really show out in record numbers and vote. And it's really important, like you said, that we get the right information so that when we get to the polls, we're aware of why we're there. Yeah. So shout out to you, man, for bringing spotlight to some of those authors who may not get as much shine because they wasn't on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Or,
Exactly. And we're going to talk about you being a new dad in a second.
Okay.
But I want to touch on, I think that really the message is the old system has been, let's lie to everybody, and, you know, what, you know, just because they're not gonna find out.
Right.
Now it's like you lie to the American people, and then we can look on TikTok, like you said. Somebody gonna be like, "Oh, actually, they said this in 2013, or actually they signed this bill, or actually, you know, they were saying this." But so the fact checking is so immediate now.
On the spot, right?
We have to figure out how to empower people with the truth instead of saying, let's lie to everybody to get what we want. And then after we get what we want, then we'll let them know, we was doing an experiment.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, but people need to know that like our federal government does mandatory experiments on the people. You get what I'm saying? And what we have to do, we can't, that's not something to think about. There are conspiracy theorists that help us out a little bit. There are people on the inside a little bit. So we got to all get on the inside.
Yeah.
So, you know, Floor 62 helps us get on the inside. You know, there were people, when COVID happened, they were saying, man, I don't know, you think it's a real thing? I'm like, yes, it's a real thing. And it's still a real thing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, we have typically not trusted the government when it came to medicines and experiments and all of it.
Right.
So we do have to do our proper research, and we have to be tuned in with people who are in the hospitals, at TSA, at, you know, different places where, you know, they're going to get information. An
underground network, you know, since we Harriet earlier. That was a network then. If Harriet was here today, she totally would have a TikTok. It might have at the bottom.
Right. No, she'd own a TikTok. Right. I think, yeah, hey, y'all, this is my TikTok. This is our network of information. And entertainment and love and you know, all of it.
And I like that you brought up that word, man, because I think it's important for us to understand who we are, but who we be as well. And we're more than entertainment. And unfortunately, sometimes that's the part of us that gets marketed, and we end up making other companies a lot of money because we're good at what we do.
Right.
We need to realize that we're more than entertainment, and that, there's real things, up for grabs out here. We gotta not be so entertained, but maybe edutain, add some education in there.
Man, for the listeners who are not aware, or I know we just jumped in, we jumped in today. Tell them, just give them like 3 highlights about yourself, things that you're proud of, and why you do what you do.
Okay, from a kid, I think I've always just been a kid that loves the moment. I love being in the moment, and whether that moment is at Copeland Elementary in Augusta, Georgia, running around the playground with friends, or at the moment is in high school band camp with J.Soul and hot, blistering heat of July, making
band camp.
Yeah, band camp, man. Having fun. I've always just been a person that really loves the moment, and I try to keep that kid alive. And I think there's a push for us to lose our kid and become adults. But I think when we keep our kid alive, that is adulting in some ways. Life is enough. I think some of the stuff that we rush to do, we rush to get grown, we should have slowed down and enjoyed the moment. And as adults, you realize that life is really just a series of moments. And the quality of your life is how well can you enjoy the moment of now, and not so overcome and stressed by the bills, what's going on politically, what's going on with your bank account. Like, life really is about, can you enjoy the moment? And I think kids kind of naturally do that. Adults, unfortunately, we teach kids out of living in the moment.
Yeah.
We're grown because we no longer live in the moment. But I think we should always be growing and not grown. So
okay, I feel you.
That's a lot right there. That kind of sums up, I think, who I am and what I'm about. So now what I do is 3D value is my way that I like to keep people abreast of who they are: spirit, soul, and body. That company, though, that vision, it actually came out of a very dark time in my life where I was not feeling good in my soul and in my body. Gotcha. I was going through a really tumultuous breakup, divorce. And it's interesting. It's almost as if out of a season of really like pain and trauma, I started trying to find ways to lift me up and help someone else. So I don't know how you explain that. I think God emerges in our life in ways that we don't think he would emerge, at times where we don't think he would emerge. But for me, he showed up for me in a big way because I was honestly reevaluating, okay, I know you've been with me, God, but I've never been through a divorce before. And I know how at least my home church looks at that, and maybe the people that I've grown up worshiping with. Divorce is almost like that black stain, and once you've done that, it's like people kind of look at you sideways. So man, I start questioning a lot of my own theological beliefs, like, well, who is the Jesus that I'm preaching about? If I don't believe he's going to be with me on the other side of a relationship that I chose to end.
Yeah.
And so, man, I really had to start learning that God's love is unconditional, and that although it's not his will for things that we care about to just fall apart, when we really read the scripture, though, God has this track record of being with people even in times of chaos or calamity, and he can actually give new meaning through things that break. We're all broken.
Yeah.
And so one quote I saw in my art teacher's room, it says, "Broken crayons still color." And that really stuck with me, man. And so I'm using 3D Value right now as a platform to not only preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, but in particularly, I do like to major in on the emotional healing part, because life does happen. People do go through things. They do experience loss, not just death of a loved one, but the breakup can feel like death, and it can lead us to stages of grief. And just that right there, sometimes we're not even aware that grief It's not just something that happens, but there is the transition that happens after a loved one dies. So
Yeah.
people like, there's a quote, Sam Chan, one of my favorite authors
Okay.
and leadership consultants. He says, change happens in a moment. You get the call that your loved one just passed. That's change. But the transition internally, how you deal with that, how you process that, that is called transition, and it takes time. So change happens in a moment. Transition takes time. Change is external. Transition is internal.
And all right. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I think y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, say what's up. Say what's up. Look, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still live. We can't show the the text messages live. But people are already awake. They can't believe it's. Hey, I heard some of the storm. Did y'all hear some of the storm? Hey, look, everybody barely slept. Everybody's awake. Good morning to you. It's the J.Soul morning show. And at 7 o'clock, we're going to play part two of Mike James. You just saw Mike James, Coach Mike J, Mr. 3D Value. You just saw him. And we're going to see part two. The reason why I've been doing one guest a week, because these 30-minute interviews, I don't want to just make it algorithm and content. I do want to give people an opportunity to tune in and find out who was on the show, where you can kind of catch up, where like, okay, they had this and these were the points where, you don't have to go back and cram so much. So I've been trying to kind of spread it out a little bit and see what the temperature is. But so far, the conversations seem as if they go spiritual, they go, current events is what. And currently, what's going on? There's a political climate. I think there's also there's a lack of advocacy for black men, especially heterosexual black men. And that's my demographic. So I'm gonna be an advocate. I think when whatever your demographic is, there's nothing wrong with you being an advocate, long as you're not infringing, long as you're not being toxic, and long as you're respecting the rest of God's children. So what we're gonna do in 6 minutes, y'all, we're gonna tune in to Mike J. We're gonna get part two, and he goes a little bit deeper. So I want y'all to really tune in. I want y'all to really listen, and it is a different experience without the music. So we're gonna bring music back. We're gonna have music on the interviews. And I was saying earlier, we might, we will Soul Talk Sundays will be back, and Soul Morning Show, we getting a sense of everybody's story. These are people who are aspiring artists, people who have made it, people who they're on the way to make it. You can tell, just that's the J Soul Morning Show. Soul Talk is more so what people are dealing with and what they care about. So that because I've been trained in listening. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why I can talk to anybody, probably for a very long time. I have when I did work in corporate America, and I guess I can share this now because I'm not there no more and I'm not going back. At the end of 2020, all the way until January 2023, I consulted for Fortune 500 companies and health insurance companies and software companies and um, particularly United Healthcare and Intuit and State Farm. But I have an insurance license. I've had an insurance license for a very long time. And I'm going to be marketing some of the people who have a lot more experience than I do when it comes to financial advising, when it comes to transferring money or what we call rollovers. Um, so I want them to talk about some of the internal revenue codes that assist people with retiring, some of the books that's been written about some of the strategies to allocate your money that's going to work for you in the long run. So all that's coming up. I'm going to have conversations with some financial professionals. So we're going to be switching gears. We'll still have entertainment. We'll still have all of it, but we do have to make sure that the community is fed with the real financial literacy, not the financial gurus on the YouTube that don't have any licenses, never done a rollover, never sat in front of a mother and a father with kids and talked about life insurance and beneficiaries and estate planning. Somebody who never talked about a college plan for a kids. We're not having those people on the show. We're talking with people who have actually sat down with clients, who have worked with multiple insurance companies, and who are not captive to any company. And no offense to anybody who's captive to companies, because sometimes you do have to work with one company and learn their product. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything wrong with that. However, I have learned in the insurance business that a lot of times when you are doing the best thing for the client, a lot of times it ain't the biggest, baddest insurance company in the world, and they're still great as well. So we'll be spreading all that knowledge. What time is it? We've got 2 more minutes. We're going to go back into the J.Soul morning show. I'm live right now. This is live right now. And I guess in a couple minutes, we could just go ahead and end the live because we have it scheduled to run part two at 7 o'clock a.m. And it's going to run at 8 o'clock a.m. Okay? And I may come back for 9. If I don't come back for 9, what will the weather be doing around 9? That's it. I was trying to plug this phone up. It's on now. Let's go to low power mode. We got to get out of here in a couple minutes. So I'm out of here at 7. So only got a couple minutes. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all have kept up with me, man. Y'all stayed in the building. It has not gone to 0. And I may come back a little bit later. This is not working. And my real phone, that's why I got to get another. I actually got way too many phones, but this is the best camera I got is on this iPhone. That's the iPhone 14 Pro. And in the last 60 seconds, this is what I want to leave y'all with. Go to James in the Bible. They're talking about John the Baptist, y'all. He was given the signs by God that, hey, look, I'm getting ready to come down as Jesus. You need to let everybody know. And they were so impressed with him. Don't be impressed with me. Look, you need to be impressed with Jesus. He was here before me. Go back and read this. The word was with God for real. And he came back and experienced his creation in the flesh. And we didn't recognize him. Can you imagine being the creator of the world, you coming back and don't nobody recognize you? I love y'all, man. Y'all stay up. It's the J Soul morning show. Everything is everything. What's meant to be.